custom policies. See, with the help of custom policies, we can create our own policies and assign to the user based on the requirement. Till now, we have created a user and we have created a groups and we had assigned the respective policies which are defined and designed by Amazon. Correct? So, for example, get into this user, and this user will have access to, he will be allocated with some access, some permissions. What is that permission? This is easy to full access and easy to read only access, which means due to some reason, I have to give two different uh, policies for this particular group. And this group is a QA group as per our implementation. What is this group? This is the QA group, and what and all we have attached Amazon EC2 read only and full access. Instead of having these kind of policies, I have option to define my own policies, right? I can create my own policies, right? Let's see how to create it. Okay, we have options policies. So please click on policies options, right? See, by default, while creating a user or while creating a group, you will see these many options, right? So these are all default policies which are available. Now, instead of using this one, see, in my case, what I have done here for QA group, I've assigned EC2 read-only access, and afterwards I've assigned EC2 full access, which means I have created one. I've created one user or a group for a particular group. I've attached two policies. So similarly, I what I can do, I can define my own policy based on my requirement, right? So for example, my policy. Now, while creating a policy, are you getting my point?
Yes, Naveen.
Okay. Till now, we created a user or group. So both user and groups, right? We used to see some policies. What are those policies? So which will be defined by Amazon, right? So what it has defined, whether because we have EC2, we have S3 full access, and many more. All these things are defined by Amazon itself. Instead, on top of it, what I'm trying to do here on this policy, I'm also trying to create another policy here. Sorry, here. And in addition to EC2 full access, S3 full access, EC2 read-only access, I'm creating another policy so that this will be my customized policy. Same thing I'm doing here. Now, while creating a policy, we should mention like what kind of service, for what kind of service you need to create a policy. Do you see my point? Before creating a policy, I need to have a clarity on the policy, like for which service I'm creating a policy. Do you need some policies on EC2 service? If yes, click on choose service, select EC2. Okay. And if you need something else, Apart from, let me delete it. If you are looking for IAM service, you can always choose IAM service. That is not an issue. So which means whatever the possible services, whatever the 200 plus services are listed out here. If you want to have S3, you can select S3, right? Similarly, you must know for which service you are creating a policy. For now, I'm interested in IAM service. Please don't get confused. So these policies can be created for any AWS service. We can create it for EC2, we can create it for S3, a cloud formation, whatever. Now, just for in order to have a clarity, as we are learning IAM, so I'm just creating a policy for IAM service only. Now, what and all he can do, right? So let's think of access level. So if you see access level, uh, these are all the access level which are listed out here. With list, read, tagging, write, or permissions, right? Which means if I just select all the possible access levels, I select all these options, which means whatever the root user are performing with IAM role, he can perform with this user. I mean, with this policy, which is assigned to a particular user. Just to have some thing, I'm just selecting list and read account, read access level. I'm just trying to allocate a read and list access level to this policy so that whenever user is attached with this particular uh, policy, he will not be able to perform much of the operation because I'm not entering, tagging, write, or permission management. Don't get confused. So I'm just creating a policy for IAM service. For IAM service, I'm creating a policy and I'm limiting my uh, policy to have only these two levels, these two access levels. So resources, you should mention all. I mean, what are the possible resources which comes under this one? One tax. Now give a policy. Policy name as policy one. Please understand. I'm creating a customized policy for the service called IAM. Instead of IAM, you can select any of the policy, any of the AWS service. That is not an issue. Okay. Now, just what kind of access level have given to this particular policy will be able to list down and to read out the policies, not to create or not to delete or anything. Confused. Let me just create a policy. Right now, I have created a policy. What is the next step? I need to create a user and I need to attach this policy. Correct? Now, in order to do that, what I'll do, I'll just select this option. I'll just select users. Let it be like this is the policy one which I have created just now. Now, if I want, I can. Okay, let me create another user just to have a clarity. User three. Give custom password. Okay, and let me now select. Now, I should come to this option, attach existing policy directly. See, I should search with my policy.
We have given the policy name, right? Can we search with that one? Policy one,
What is the name we have given? My policy or policy? So my policy, right?
policy one,
Right.
policy one.
This is the policy which I've created. Now I'm just selecting. So please understand, before that, I was giving EC2 and I was to give EC2 full access or some other access for S3 or something else. Now this is the customized one I have created, and I can attach multiple access level to this policy. And now I'm just allocating this policy. Can we allocate additional policies? Yes, it is always possible, right? So for example, if you want to allocate this one also, that is also possible, right? So we can assign multiple policies to a user or to a respective group. To contribute this user. Now we have created a another user which is having a policy which is a customized one, right? So which means this user, let me try to log in with you, this user. Let's see how it works. Okay, let us see the difference. Log out from here. Yeah, I think I should log out from user two. No, fine. And do that. Close it. Now, can anyone tell me what and all he can do here? Can this user 3 can have access to EC2? Hmm?
Uh, I guess yes.
No. What is your policy?
Oh, policy one.
What is your policy is talking about? Let me click on no, this user. What is this policy is talking about? Just a sec. It has got only read and write access. I mean, list and see what it is saying. This is only listing, which is having the option of listing the roles, credentials, listing the policies. Only listing and getting the thing, not the AWS one. Team, please understand. While creating the
Yeah, we.
policy, while creating the policy, I have selected IAM service. Correct.
Yes, yes,
I
Naveen.
have created a, I have created a policy for IAM service, not to EC2 or not to S3. Correct. Hence,
Ye-
this user will not have access to any of the services except IAM. And even for IAM also, see, look at here. You cannot create a bucket. You can't list down the bucket. Do you see my point?
Yes, Naveen.
Okay. Now, as we know, this particular user 3 is entitled with IAM, correct? And please remember, even for IAM also, we have given only list policies, list level access, correct? Yes or no?
Yes,
So
yes,
which
Naveen.
means
List.
read and list access we have given, correct? So
Yes,
which means even we have restricted this particular role on this user, which means he cannot create a user. Please understand. He cannot perform anything apart from listing down, apart from listing down the details. For example, let's see. A message faster, we'll see. Let me click on user. See, he has not belonged to any group. Let me try to create a user. Therefore, just over this 1, 2, 3 confirmations. So let them be this one. Okay, unable to create the user. Do you see my point? Though this user 3 is having access of IAM, but we had restricted with the list level access. We had not given right access. If you would have given right access to this policy, right, then we could have created this user. Any questions here?
So, if we add this user to the group which is having full access, will it get overridden or it will be on the user level?
Come again?
Just now we have created two groups, right? Where one is having EC2 full access and one group is having S3 access. So if we give permission for the user 3 to full access, will it get overridden?
No, we are not talking about group. We have not assigned to any group, right? User 3 is not assigned with any of the group. Only
Yeah,
user 1
if we
we have assigned. If you
yeah if
assign
we
to if user 3, okay, you are saying user 3 is assigned with this QA group,
yeah no.
correct? See, in that case, it will not overridden, which means it will have both the group level access, which means whatever QA group is having, whatever the access which is having here, and which will be appended with these policies. So as of now, user 3 is having IAM access, correct? Along with that, if user 3 is, we can also include to QA group as well. I mean, we can also assign that particular user to this group so that he will have QA group access along with what is that IAM
The
access.
policy one. Yeah.
IAM access. Yeah. IAM access, user 3. Yeah. Right. So let me click on this option. Just a second. I'm just getting a call. Hello. Hey, Arun. Hey, Naveen. Hey, Arun, Naveen here. Yeah. No problem. Not a problem. Yeah. I just wanted to have so, I just spoke to his. Just a second, audible.
Yes, no.
You have added two more. You see my point, Vinod? That's what you're asking, right?
Yeah, Naveen.
See, user 3. This is the user 3, right? User 3 was assigned with policy 1, and later we have assigned uh, create group policy to this user. So now instead of overriding this one, it is having access of policy one along with the CA group as well. Any questions?
Nothing, Naveen. Understood.
Okay. So this is about, and I have listed down these, steps like how to create and everything. Just follow this.